welcome to this Jimcom USA training video. I'm Greg Peatfield, CEO of Jimcom USA, and let me be the first to thank you for your purchase and confidence in our products. This training video will cover some of the basics of getting your Jimcom NDI PTZ camera connected to your network. It is my pleasure to introduce Jessica and James. They will be helping with all training and communications for the Jimcom USA team.
Thanks, Greg. I will take it from here. Before you get started, there are a few items you will need and a general idea of what your network strategy is for the cameras. It would be best to contact your site's information technology team if appropriate to go over the network details. This video covers configuring your new network device interface, pan, tilt zoom, camera using a Windows 10 PC. Other operating systems can be used to do this but are not covered in this training video. To access the network settings, you will need administrative access to the PC. You should have physical access to your PTZ camera during the initial setup to simplify the process in case you need to reset the camera to try different settings. The camera and PC will need LAN cables for network connectivity. If the LAN cable is not a PoE cable, you will need to use the included power supply for the camera, depending which tool you are using for your streaming or recording such as OBS Studio or vMix. This equipment needs to be on the same network as your NDI cameras. Our recommendation is to use a static IP address for your cameras but requires a little planning and reservation of IP addresses. You can use the following video instruction to find the IP address and network for your PC-based equipment. Static IP addresses are best when using RTSP or other IP-based protocols. Typically, most consumer-based routers will have IP addresses starting with 192.168.0 or 192.168.1. Most of these devices will not automatically assign IP addresses above 200, so finishing off the IP address for the cameras with 201, 202, 203, and so on is likely safe. But again, ask your IT group if available. After this live recording, we will post the indexes to different parts of this video. Please feel free to skip around to the sections you need to help you get your network device interface PTZ camera set up for your use. Also, if you have any problems, feel free to contact us through the Jimcom.us support site.
Thanks, Jessica. Next, I will walk you through finding your local IP and network address. To find your local IP and network address, click on the Windows Start icon and select Settings. From there, select Network and Internet. Once the network status page appears, select the Properties button. You will now see your network profile. Scroll down to the IP settings. The first three numbers of your IPv4 address will give the network ID. In this case, 192.168.0. This network needs to have the IPv4 subnet prefix length of 24. This is a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. If your PC doesn't have this subnet prefix, then please contact your IT department for help.
For you to access your Jimcom camera web interface and change the settings for your facility, you will need to change your network adapter IP address to connect your Jimcom camera using a PC set to DHCP. Click on the Windows Start icon and select Settings. From there, select Network and Internet. Once the network status page appears, you should be able to find Change Adapter options. After selecting Change Adapter options, a new window Network Connections should pop up. Double-click on your active Ethernet adapter. You should get the Ethernet status dialog. Select Properties to get access to the network adapter's configuration. You will want to select Internet Protocol version 4, TCP/IPv4 and then select Properties. Select the Use the following IP address option. Then for IP address, enter 192.168.5.100. Click on the subnet mask field next. It is likely to be autofilled with the proper mask setting. Next, enter 192.168.5.1 for the default gateway. For preferred DNS server, enter 8.8.8.8. You can now close out of these dialog boxes. Click OK, then close, and then close again. Next, open a web browser. We are using Chrome, and enter the camera's default address 192.168.5.163 as the URL, and press enter. If the next dialog isn't in English, click on the English button in the upper corner, then enter admin for both username and password, and login. Select configuration, find network configuration, then Ethernet. Here you can select DHCP and save or enter your desired IP address. If instructed by your IT group, you might need to change the subnet mask. Set the default gateway to the same network with a .1 on the end. Click Save. While you are in the configuration, you can change the name of the NDI stream. Be sure to select NDI Enable if you want this stream activated. Click Save. The final step is to reboot the camera. You now need to return your PC back to its original settings. Return to the network adapter properties like shown earlier. Click on Obtain an IP address automatically, and then select Obtain DNS server address automatically and close out the dialog boxes like before. Your PC is now restored to its original configuration, and your NDI PTZ camera is accessible based upon your supplied configuration.
For you to access your Jimcom camera web interface and change the settings for your facility, you will need to change your network adapter IP address. To connect your Jimcom camera using a PC set to a static IP address, click on the Windows Start icon and select Settings. From there, select Network and Internet. Once the network status page appears, you should be able to find Change Adapter options. After selecting Change Adapter options, a new window network connection should pop up. Double-click on your active Ethernet adapter. It shouldn't have a red X or be listed as disabled. You should then get the Ethernet status dialog. Select Properties to get access to the network adapter's configuration. You'll want to select Internet Protocol version 4, TCP/IPv4, and then select Properties. You should see your static IP address settings. If not, refer to the DHCP section earlier in this presentation. Click on Advanced on the bottom right of the dialog box. Click on Add below the IP address section. Then for IP address, enter 192.168.5.100. Click on the subnet mask field next. It is likely to be autofilled with the proper mask setting. Click Add. You can now close out of these dialog boxes. Click OK, OK again, then close, and then close again. Next, open a web browser. We are using Chrome, and enter the camera's default address 192.168.5.163 as the URL, and press enter. If the next dialog isn't in English, click on the English button in the upper corner. Then enter admin for both username and password and login. Select configuration and network configuration, then NDI. You can enable NDI here for later use. Now select Ethernet on the left menu. Here you can select DHCP and save or enter your desired IP address. If instructed by your IT group, you might need to change the subnet mask. Set the default gateway to the same network with a .1 on the end. Click Save. The final step is to reboot the camera. You can optionally delete the IP address you added to initially access the camera. Your NDI PTZ camera is now accessible based upon your supplied configuration.
Thank you for watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, please click the like button to help others find this video.
As a Jimcom USA customer, please click on the subscribe button so you are alerted to other useful videos.
If you have any remaining questions, please contact us on jimcom.us.
Also, please post other topics you would like us to cover in the future.
Again, click on like and subscribe to this channel. Thanks again for watching.